Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So we're coming up to 1 year since I returned to the dating scene. I had a really turbulent summer last summer. I I do have a romantic relationship with myself, but a lot of times I run into barriers in the American culture, right? I don't get a whole lot of workplace support. I run into difficulties when I try to navigate things, personal life difficulties, because I don't have a second set of hands. I don't have a second income. And I run into a lot of barriers. That's what propelled me to get back in the dating scene. And you know what? It wasn't a terrible thing either, because aside from dating, I've also made a lot of connections as well. But one thing I discovered, this one hack will really uh, help you distinguish yourself from everybody else. You got to learn to distinguish the difference between a bad date versus a bad person. So what do I mean by that? So if your date has a number of quirky habits that really don't affect your long-term goals, right? So for example, you go out with somebody and they just fart in public, or they talk about inappropriate subjects, but they got good character. If you can look past that, you can meet a lot of good people through that, right? So for example, I recently went to a number of speed dating events here in Taiwan. A lot of people here in Taiwan are so focused on what they're doing. Right here in Taiwan, education is pushed very heavily, and you meet a lot of people who have an IQ of 200 but an EQ of 50, but they got good long-term goals. Right? You got to look past that. And if you can look past that, you won't have a whole lot of competition. It's kind of like, imagine right now as I speak in 2025, everybody's buying gold and silver, and it's kind of spilling over to platinum as well, right? What are the prices? Right? I think gold was what 3,600, and silver was what $40 an ounce. Platinum's starting to pick up steam as well. Now imagine there were other precious metals that people don't look at because they're not really good jewelry. They're too brittle. Some of them might even be toxic. But they make good solar panels. They make good medicine, and people they just don't make good appearance metals that you could put on your finger, right? That's what a bad date who is otherwise a good person is like, right? You can buy them really, you can get involved in them really easily, right? And just write it out, right? Especially if they have good long term ideas and good character, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Oh, by the way, part of the reason I even call myself the Peter Dislike Show is that I like to do things that people dislike, because I won't have a whole lot of competition, right? Whether it's the dating world or the investment world, it's the same concept, really, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.